This is a quick example about the editor VI. There's other editors available on Unix systems, like Nano, for example. However, VI is part of most Unix systems. It's part of the system, as some of the system functions require VI, and therefore VI will always be installed. In some cases, for like Nano, for example, it might not be installed as an editor on the system you're trying to use. VI will always be there. VI is an extremely powerful editor. The major problem with is that, like with a standard Unix system, you have to know the commands. You can't look them up. There's cheat sheets available online that have the main basic commands available that you can print out. But basically, there's only a couple of things that you really need to know of VI to be able to open a file, quickly edit a file, save it, and then close the file. And so these are the ones we are going through right now. So the command to use the VI editor is VI space, and then I'm going to open a new file called example.txt, example.txt. So if I press enter, I'll open the VI editor. Now if I press, say for example, I want to enter something like this file is an example file, and press the T, nothing's going to happen. And that is because to enter something in VI, like text or anything, you have to be in the insertion mode. And to enter the insertion mode, you have to press the letter I on your keyboard. Come on. There we go. And so now at the bottom of the screen, you can see that there's a change now, and it is actually showing this is the insert mode. And now I can actually type something into this file. So this is an example. This is a file, and this is the end of the file. Okay. You can now use the arrow keys to go up and down. And so if you wanna, and you can use the delete key, backspace key to delete things. So if you want to exit the insert mode, you have to press the escape key on your keyboard. And so if I do this, I now have the insert on the bottom left of the screen has disappeared, and on the right hand bottom corner now comes up of what's in the file. So we've got 5 lines, for example. And now I can still scroll with the arrow keys in here. But that's pretty much all I can do. So now how do I save this file? So you've done all your changes in the insert mode in your file, and now you want to save those changes or whatever you put in. And for this, you press the Shift key, and then you press the colon key. So the 2 dots above each other, that's the key you want to press. And so on the left hand bottom corner, now I've got this colon there. And now I can put a command after this. So the Q command is for quitting the file. So if I press enter, it's actually telling me that I've changed the file. And so if I have 2 options. I have to write the file first, or I can add an exclamation mark after the quit to override what I've done, to go back to the start pretty much. But I want to save the file, so I do colon again, and then I'm gonna write the file, and so it's colon W, the left hand bottom corner, and that will write or save the file if I press enter now. And it now tells me in the bottom left corner that 5 lines and 64 characters have been written. And now I can press the colon again and then quit. And if I do this, I should get out of VI. And if I do now an LS, I should have an example.txt there. And if I quickly look what's in there by using the cat command, example.txt, I can see that this file does contain what I've written with using VI. So if I open the file example.txt again, txt, I can go into the insert mode by using the I on my keyboard. I can then, for example, delete the empty lines I've got there. And then, for example, insert a character, or I can number the lines 1, 2, 3, and when I'm done, I press the escape key, colon W for saving or writing the file, enter, and then colon Q for quitting VI. And so this was just a very, very simple example, but these very few commands is really what you need if you're on a high performance computing cluster and all you want to do is quickly change something in your input, or quickly change your script file, your queue submission file, and things like this. It's very easy to use, and you only really need to know those few commands, and that should enable you to be able to open a file, edit a file, and save the file on any Unix systems that you might have access to.